Saurabh Patel, and you are watching Unboxing Mind. So, in this tutorial, we will learn how we can create a custom login into the Django project. So, our target is to create a login system where user can enter their email address, and after that, they will get an OTP on their email account, and then after entering the OTP, user need to be successfully login into our system. So, this is our target for this demo. So let me open my browser. So this is our ongoing project on which we are working in our current tutorials, and this is our editor. We are using the Sublime, so this is our editor. So now let's begin. Our target is to create a login page. So for that, I'm going to add a URL here. So So here we will enter and add a new URL. Okay. So this should be there. This for the login page. So URL will be a login. Okay. And we will create a new view for this. So view name is OTP. We will put them a OTP underscore login. You can choose any name for your view, and we will create this view into the view.py and the block. So view.py, here we will add a new function that will be our view. So, and request, and here we will add some code to render our templates, and then we will read the email address entered by the user, and then we will respond them to enter the OTP. And after entering the OTP, we need to verify. So for verifying the OTP, we need to create another function here, or we can do in the same view, but I'm going to create another for simplicity. So we will put the name for the view like verify OTP. And we will accept the request, and here we will put some code to verify the OTP, and after entering the OTP, user will be redirected to their admin page. Okay, so in Django provided two functions. One is the authentication, one is the login function, and for providing the custom authentication, we need to create a authentication backend. So if you gone through your setting file, so here you can see the authentication backend. So we will create a custom class for this. So we will put that into a block. So let us create a new backend. So blog dot views dot OTP backend. So this will be our backend. So for this we need to add a class here, because currently we have added this. So we need a class here. Okay, and we need to we will see how we can add some code here. Okay, now this OTP backend need to be we will inherit this OTP from this model backend. So our target, we are not going to do much more. So we will just inherit this class. Okay, so just put this import from here. And so this model backend provide a function called authentication, and one is a get user. So we will modify the get authentication method, and it will accept as one itself by default, and a request that is username, and there are some more other parameters. So there are some more parameters, but for now we will use only these two parameters, request and username. So we will write some code here, and then after that there is one more function is called get user. So whenever authentication happens, then user will be respond by this method. So by default there is one parameter self, and then other is just request. Sorry, other is a user ID, not request. So user ID, and then here we will get the data from database and respond to the requester. So we have our designed our basic architecture for this demo. Now we will going to put some code here. So for OTP login, we need to create a page. So we need to create a template. So template will be in front end. If you don't know how we are using the template, then you can watch our old videos. So for now, we will going to create a new template here in front end. I'm going to put the HTML and one more template for OTP, entering the OTP. We can do all these things into one page, but for simplicity, I'm going to create a multiple page. So we have created a 2 page, and I'm going to put some HTML code that I've already have. So this is for our for login page, and this is for the OTP. So this is nothing. Just it will if you go through this page, then you will see there is one input for the OTP, and on this page there is one input called the email. Okay. One point is there is one more point which you can refer. There is a CSR token. If you have not, this is so CSR token need to be added. This is a tag provided by the Django. So it will generate a random string for your to secure your form, so that from other sources your CMS should not accept the request. So this is for that, and we have done with our HTML. Now we will go through back to our view part. So this is for the authentication page. So here we will on this OTP login we need to render the HTML. So for this I'm going to copy this code and will paste here on OTP, and this will verify OTP. There is an OTP underscore login, and here OTP. No, this is not for OTP. Okay, for now this is OTP. Now if we go to our browser and refresh, now if I open a URL /login, so this is for the entering the email address. Now if I enter the email and we will read this email address on the backend. So for here we need to check the method. Method is a post. So if we go to the form, then we will check the method is a post. So request, there is a method on this request is a method and equal to post. So if method is post, then we will get the email address provided by the user. So request dot post dot get email. So email will be a name of your input. So email is the name of this input. So Now we have email address. Now we need to generate a OTP. So for now I am going to hard code this OTP, and we will send this OTP to the user and save this into somewhere in a database or in a caching or in a session. So for this demo purpose, I am going to save this into the session. So in session, we will use a key called OTP, and here I will going to enter the OTP. Now our OTP is saved, and we also need to save this email address for in future. We need this email address, so we have stored this email address into the session. So our OTP and email both are stored into the session. Now we will ask the OTP, and here send an email to user with OTP. Okay, so that user can enter the OTP, and now we will return another page with OTP. Okay. Else our login page will be displayed to the user. And now this is the OTP. Okay. Now if we go to the page and refresh this page, now if we enter your email address, and it should open a page with the OTP. So here we have seen the OTP input. So now if we go to our HTML page, and then we can see their input name with OTP. Okay. So now if I enter the OTP, and after this we need to verify this OTP with our store OTP. So now we need to create another page here for verifying our OTP. So we will create a OTP, verify OTP, and function name will be verify OTP. This method will be in use, so we will import this from view, verify OTP. Now remove this, it is not required for now. So now we will write some code here to verify the OTP. So suppose method is a post. So if request method equal to post, okay, then we will get a OTP entered by the user. So request dot post dot get OTP. Okay, now we have OTP, and we have already stored the email address into the session, so we will get that from session. So request dot session from email address email. Okay. Now we will also have the OTP or saved OTP. Request dot session dot OTP. So OTP. So now we have everything to verify our user. Okay. Now we will check that OTP entered by user and OTP saved on the server both should be same. If both are same, then valid user. So OTP equal to saved OTP. We also need to check that our saved OTP is in integer format and received is a string. So we will typecast both them are the same. So I am going to use the string. You can use the int as well. So now our OTP is verified. Now our target is to retrieve the user, because the user is validated. So we need to retrieve the user from the database. So Django provide a model named user under the context module. So let me import that model from a model here. So I am importing this user module, and from here dot object dot filter. I'm going to just use the filter. You can use the get method also. So email dot first it will retrieve the first record magic. Okay, but it will not give any exception. If you use the get, then you need to try the you need to use the try and accept method. Try and accept. So I'm going to use a filter. Okay, now we have retrieved our user. Now next thing, our target is to forcefully log in this user into the system, because Django requires lots of sessions to verify that user is logged in or not. So we will use the function given by the provided by the Django. So I'm going to import that function login. Now by using this login, we can authenticate our user. We can forcefully log in this user into the system. So this login accept first parameter is a request, and second parameter is user, and third parameter is the backend. So as we have earlier discussed, there is one we need to create a class. Okay, so we have already created the OTP class here. So we will put them. One thing needs to be clear, that we cannot use this OTP class just like this. We need to give them in a string format. So blob in a string format, we need to provide some all paths. So blob.view .otp. Okay, just like we have used into our setting file. So here we have used this something like this. So same format we need to use here also. Okay, or you can get this from your setting file, to setting.authentication backend. So you can use something like this also. Okay, so something like this you can also use, but you need to import the setting file. Okay, so for now I'm going to use only this string format. So now we have verify our user, and then if it is okay, we will need to check that user exists or not. Sometimes maybe user email address is not valid. So if user is not none, okay, then login. I'm going to import the redirect function. So we will import this redirect function here, and then we will use a redirect plus admin else redirect to the login page. Okay. So now we have done by default redirect to the login page. Just move this. Okay. So now we have done our verify OTP part as well. Now we need to check. We need to pull this our class that we have partially created currently. So here we need to get the user. So there is one more class provided by Django is the get user model. So I am going to import that model, because that we need here. So by using the get user model, we can check that default, because sometimes we can define our custom user model. Okay, so for that I am going to use this get user model, and it will take the default one. Okay, sometimes you can change this, but it will by default take the user class. Okay, now we will retrieve the data from the database. So it will fetch the data from database. Sorry, not here. Here. Okay. So it will fetch the data from the database, and return that user. And now we also need to complete this get user function also. So similarly, we can return the same object. Now we have done everything. Now we need to check our functionality. So let's now I'm going to refresh this page. Now if I refresh the email address, it should ask the OTP. and if I type 12345, so it should go to our verify OTP function. Okay, so there is something wrong. There is one issue with the URL. So let's just go to our URL part, then I will go to this verify OTP. Okay. Now, if I need to wait for a time to restart the server, and now if I enter the OTP email address, it should ask the OTP. So it means OTP, verify OTP function is not working properly. So let's debug. Okay, so we have there is one typo error, OTP. Okay, so now if we go to our server should be restarted, and if I refresh the page, so let's enter the email address after changing the OTP. Now we will enter the OTP. And now we have done, the user is successfully logged into our system. So this is how we can integrate the other login also. Like if you want to use the LDAP authentication, then you can use the same logic. You just need to check your authentication part here. Okay. Now, if you are using the social connect based login, then again you need to verify that social login here, and then similarly you can return the user object. Now you are developing any mobile application and you want to use the phone verification OTP based login into your application based on your SMS or phone number, then you can use the same logic. Now one more thing we have skipped here, that we need to send this to email address. So for now we can just use the random function here to import the random function, and then we will generate a 4-digit random number. So something like import random dot range rand. Okay, and now we will use the send function provided by the Django. Something like this. We can send the OTP to the user. Okay. Now we need to import this OTP from the from Django. So let me import the send mail function also. So if you don't know how to set up the mail into the system, then you can watch my other videos. You can find the link into the description. So now it will send an email to a user with OTP. User need to enter the OTP, and after entering the OTP, user can successfully log into the system. Currently we are using the Centigrade. So if you don't know the setting, then let me give you some. So here we are using the Centigrade API key, host, and username should be API key. So this is how you can integrate the Centigrade mail. You can get the detail, more detail into the video, my old other video. So so now again here we can log into the OTP based authentication as well, and we can use the Django based Django authentication as well. So now if we go to the admin/login, it will open a page with the login. Okay. We can use this Django login as well, and custom login as well. Okay, so this is how we can implement the custom authentication into the Django project. So thanks for watching this video. In next video we will see some other topic as well. Other So thanks.